flower friends, it's Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, and I have a peony problem. So we have had some extremely hot weather over the past 7 to 10 days, and I know a lot of you all over the country have had the same exact really hot weather. We had temperatures hovering between 85 and 90 degrees. Our normal temps are between 65 and 70 this time of year. Like right now, it's 66 degrees and it's a beautiful day, other than it's cloudy, but I am taking the clouds with love because we need a break from this hot weather. I don't even have all my annuals in the ground yet because I couldn't plant them because they were frying as I was putting them into the Bio 360 cloth that I use to prevent weeds. So here's my peony problem. I have 465 peonies in the ground, give or take a few. So I do have an incredible amount of peony plants. Some of them are only a couple of years old. Some are only a season. Some were only planted last fall. Clearly those are not flowering. They are only putting on greenery and root growth this year. So I do have plants that are a couple of years old and I couldn't help myself. Some people say, don't harvest off a peony plant for the first few years. I can't help myself. Maybe that's the right thing to do. Maybe what I'm doing is wrong, but I have plants that are putting out 10 to 12 buds and it's only their second year. I couldn't help myself. I'm cutting them. I'm giving them to my customers. So my CSAs are ready to go. They've been waiting. We had a 2-week break in the CSA in between when the tulips and the daffodils ended and the peonies and the ranunculus were kicking. So my peonies have kind of exploded and that's the problem. So peonies come in different stages. There's early, mid-early, all the way through late. I have all of my peonies blooming at the exact same time. That's unheard of. So I was planning on offering my CSA customers peonies over the next several weeks. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. So what I just did the other day was harvested at the tightest bud stage that I could, which is basically when you can squish it a little bit on the sides, not quite marshmallow stage because marshmallow stage is a little bit squishier. I wanted to harvest it at a little bit like this. This right here is a little bit harder than marshmallow stage. It has a little bit of give to it, but I can't squeeze it very much. I am harvesting a ton at this stage and I'm wrapping them in craft paper and I'm holding them dry on their side like this in the fridge, hoping that I can hold them so I can at least give my CSA members another week of peonies next week. So I'll have to hold them for like 6 days in the fridge. I hope it's cold enough. I turned it to the max cold that my refrigerator will go, and I am definitely going to be crossing my fingers and hoping that they don't all open up on me in the fridge. And I'm not gonna be able to really tell if they open up until they open up. Until I go into the fridge and take the craft paper off, that's when I'll be able to tell if the peonies are going to be okay next week or not. So it'll be an experiment for me. I've never held peonies that long. I know a lot of people do, but usually they have an ideal environment. Now, some people can hold peonies for up to a couple of months if they have the ideal conditions. Some people wrap them in plastic. I did craft paper, newspaper works too. Some people have really good success holding peonies. So I'm hoping that I can do that for my customers because I have about 150 more stems in the refrigerator right now. And I do still have a couple that are the last to bloom. I don't know if they're normally the last to bloom. I'd have to look up, but this right here, which is beautiful. It's opening up. Oh, they all smell so good. So this right here is Lady Alexandra Duff. That is one of the last in the field to open up. And there's another one. I'll have to get my chart. I'm gonna grab it right now. Okay, I have my chart in the very last row, all the way right before the daffodils. That is the Carl Rosenfeld, and those are the ones that are really tightly budded. There's also another one that's really tightly budded, Shirley Temple and Raspberry Sunday. I just picked a few Raspberry Sundays. Yeah, they're amazing. This week for my CSAs, what the ingredients for my bouquet are, we have the peonies, the ranunculus, which is still on the smaller side, but they are getting bigger and they're definitely getting longer. I have some Celine, which is this right here, the little bops. Actually, this is a honeysuckle branch that I stuck in there. And then we have an assortment of peonies. I also have some Dutch iris. Remember the Dutch iris I planted? I planted 1,000 of them last year. They didn't all make it. Only about 200 came back. I think that area where I planted, it's also where I planted the bearded iris, and I lost half of those too. I think that area right there just doesn't have good drainage and the soil's not good for those bulbs. So I don't know why they, 80% of them died. 80%. This right here is the stage that I harvest like a Dutch iris and use it in a bouquet, and it'll last, you know, 4 to 6 days-ish. I've found basically the peonies are around a 4-day base life, so they'll have, my CSA members will basically have ranunculus after 4 or 5 days here. Look at that one. Look at that one. Look at the red charm peonies. I've got a picture that I took. The red charm peonies are just amazing. And this is one of my larger ranunculus. I'm really excited to tackle them again next year and hopefully have better success with them. And oh my gosh. Oh, that's just amazing. So I had a really pretty looking ranunculus yesterday, and we figured out it was a butterfly ranunculus, and I'm not sure the exact variety, but I think it's one of the Peonies, but it looks like fall. It screams fall to me. I wish I could be growing this in September. Really, 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 really loved. Oh guys, and I also had some Black Beauty peonies bloom in the field. Those are first year roots. I let them stay in the field. I did not cut them. I want the roots to grow on those ones. And also the lemon chiffon peony. It's not one of those eye-toe peonies. It's a regular peony that you put in the ground just like the rest of these. It is called lemon chiffon, and it was a little bit pricey. I'm not gonna lie. I only bought 3 roots, but I needed them because I love the idea of a yellow peony. So do have to say that I had a couple of peonies perform way better than I anticipated. So really excited about the years to come, because this field is only going to produce more and more and more every single year. Now, most of the first year roots for me did not put out any buds. In fact, I kind of snipped them off. They were little. And another thing that I do in order to get a bigger bloom is I cut off any of the side buds that I might have on the peonies, and that will let the one main bud on the plant, on that stem, get a little bit bigger. So it's called debudding, and I do that, and you should wear gloves when you do that because it does get rather sticky. And now people are always concerned about ants. So there's this long-held myth that peonies need ants to bloom. And that's just not true. That's actually a myth. So peonies have this sap that they exude, and the ants are attracted to that. It's a sugary sap, and the ants love it. So the ants will go all over the plant and they will just eat the sap that's on that. That's not helping the peony to open. I did read on one of the extension sites that the ants actually will prevent other bugs from damaging the peonies. So do they help the peonies open? No, but are they helping the peonies to maybe prevent bug damage from other bugs? Because the ants aren't chewing on the peonies, they're just paying attention to the sap. So yeah, maybe they do help them that way. Well, I have already had a few CSA members stop and grab their bouquets. I have a few more coming, and then I'm going to head out for my deliveries. And I actually do have a bunch of people messaging me seeing if I have any extras, and I do have some extras, as you can see. So I'm probably gonna be making some more of those bouquets for the general public, because peonies, man, the season this year, short. It's a short season, and that's my peony problem. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you soon. Oh. So last night I was on a Zoom meeting with Lisa Mason Ziegler from the Gardener's Workshop in Virginia. She is a flower farmer who's been doing it for more than 20 years, and she teaches a course on cut flowers and how to farm flowers. And then Dave Dowling also teaches a course on bulbs and perennials. Lisa's the annual lady and the cool flowers lady, and Dave is the perennial bulb genius. What would Dave Dowling do? I'm making a shirt. So I took both of their courses. I took Dave's course and I took Lisa's course. And we did a Zoom meeting last night, and it was kind of just like an interview. They were just asking me a whole bunch of questions, and it was also with Daniel from Petal Pickers. It's a flower farm down in South Carolina. And the bugs are in my face. It was a great chat. It lasted over an hour, and there was some Q&A in there. So I'll put the link to Lisa's Facebook page in the description below. It was really a great chat, and I just, they're mentors of mine. They have taught me a lot of what I know. A lot of this is trial and error, but unless you have the bones of what you're supposed to be doing, then you're lost. So anyway, it was really fun. But at the end of the chat, I kept looking up to I was sitting on the porch. A hummingbird was stuck. You know how when a hummingbird they can't fly down, basically. They only can fly up. So it got caught in my porch roof underneath it. So yeah, It took me 4 minutes and 16 seconds to get it down, and Axel had the camera the entire time. So I'm gonna tag that on the end of this one. So anyway, see ya. Shoot. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Wait. What if I do this? Okay. Okay, come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Land here. Come on. You're okay. You're okay. No. Land here. Land here. Land here. Land here. Land here. Land here. No. Land here. Land here. Land here. Very slowly. No. No. Come here. Oh no. That was so close. Come here, baby. Come on. Land here. Oh, my baby.
As the majestic hummingbird is stuck,
Excellent.
my mother tries to get it unstuck. But it
I'm gonna get it. We're closer. I just gotta get it out there. Come here, babe.
It's very close. But it is struggling
Land
hard to
here.
get out.
Land here.
And it must hurt.
Come here. He must be exhausted. Come on.
Watch closely.
Land here. If it was like 8 inches down, I could get it with my hand. Come on.
If she is getting frustrated, she will enlist turn to get it.
I will do this all night. Come here, baby. Don't move.
She almost has it in her grasp, but then it struggles to get away.
No! Oh my God! We were out the door.
Majestic.
Grab it, baby. Grab it. No, we were out the door. Don't you know we were out the door?
Majestic.
Land here.
It tries to land.
No.
I think my
It's not flying.
soothing voice calms it.
I'm only doing this because I can't let it fly. Ready? Go, baby, go. No! No! No!
Majestic. How it finds prey.
This is ridiculous.
This has been going on for 3 minutes now, and she's gotten it surplus.
Don't turn the phone.
The beautifulness
Don't turn the phone.
of it.
Thank you.
It's amazing. And she's getting frustrated.
Oh,
Majestic how nature finds a way.